My name is Victor Sue. I'm the chief propagandist at Jump. Basically what that means is I handle the sales and marketing as well as the retail division for the company. About 3 years ago now, 3.5 years ago. When I was in college, my roommate Larry, his dad is always involved with shoes, and so I'd always known about this brand called Jump that was really big in Asia, but was starting to come to the US. And after I graduated, I started working at a department store not too far from here called Lord & Taylor up the street. And that's where I got involved in the buying office and learned how to be a merchant. So it came time when I wanted to switch jobs, and Harry, Larry's dad, who's the owner of Jump, came to me and said, "Hey, why don't you come work for me? I'm relaunching the brand in the US and I need someone with your background." That's kind of how I got involved in it. My day, the interesting thing about my job is that it's not your typical 9 to 5. In my previous experience, I'd go to work, sat in an office like everybody else, but with Jump, it's kind of allowed me a lot of freedom to kind of be unlocked from that sort of lifestyle. So every day is kind of different. I have a lot of different responsibilities between the sales and marketing and then the retail. So it can be a number of different things. For instance, yesterday I spent the day working on my accounts with Bloomingdale's and Saks, and from there I kind of had to go to the retail store and do some things there. But in the evening there was a concert with a gentleman named Vanessa Wu, who's actually quite famous out in Asia, Taiwan. So I went to meet him at his concert and gave him some shoes to wear for the performance, which is pretty cool. And that took my night into about 2 in the morning. So every day can be kind of different, which is nice. It's one of the things I like about my job. 2010 should be another exciting year for us. It's already been so, but one of the things that we're looking to do with the product is really diversify. Up until now it's been primarily sneakers, and what's going to happen for fall, what you're going to see in fall, is that we're bringing in a fantastic new package of boots, which I'm very excited about. So, it's really, I guess the big thing for 2010 for us is really expanding our offering to the consumer and kind of showing them how Jump would do footwear outside of just sneakers. I try to get inspired by anything and everything in life, everything. I think that you can learn from really anybody and everything. So I try to use that as how I can improve myself and improve my output. How do I learn from everything that I encounter here in New York, or whether it's in China, whether it's in Europe, wherever I'm going, to kind of utilize that and build upon what I'm doing. Every day I'm just kind of thinking, what am I not doing too? That's the question you always have to ask yourself. What are you not doing? So, in terms of inspiration, I try to draw upon everything. I like to look at history, study kind of how things went down in history, particularly Chinese history, and see, how I can utilize certain strategies or certain learnings from historical events, stories, to utilize for Jump. basically I was in Bloomingdale's, and I happened to see Taboo and his whole crew checking out the jump shoes. They're all like, "Oh, these are so cool, blah blah blah," and I go up to him like, "Hey, you know, I just spoke to your stylist yesterday," and he's like, "No way." I'm like, yeah, I work with Jump." He's like, he freaked out. So of course I had to take him to the store, and you know, that's how our collaboration kind of happened. Very organic. You know, you just fell in love with the shoes right then and there. From there, you just started wearing it on tour, and eventually we came up with a line called Taboo X Jumps. And within a matter of another month, it was in Saks. So that was an interesting story too. I was on the way to meet Taboo. Originally, these shoes were just a gift to him. You know, we made some special shoes, one-offs, just for him and the rest of the piece to wear. But on the way there, I was going down Fifth Avenue, and my buyer from Saks happened to be there. And so I'm trying to get a cab, picked him up, and he gets in the car. He's asking me, "Oh, where are you going?" I told him, "I'm going to meet Taboo from the Black Eyed." No way. And then, of course, I showed him the shoes, and he's like, "I want these. I got to have them exclusive." So what started as a gift turned into a full-on collaboration and distribution. If someone wanting to break into this business, what we do, it's kind of I think the most rewarding thing about what I do, I think, is the ability to use both my creative skills and my analytical skills. Really use both. You know, it's not just about being a guy running numbers all day using Excel, and it's not just about some guy who's just, you know, sketching shoes all day long either. You know, it's really a lot of both. Getting to use creatively how to run this business. I guess the advice would be to hone both sides of your brain. You know, if you want to be successful in this business, you really have to be strong in both areas. To go to our blog at jumpshoes.wordpress.com. In about a month, we're going to be relaunching our website at jumpcorp.com. And that's going to have our e-commerce. But actually, probably the very best way is to visit our store at 89 Spring Street in Soho. That's where you can kind of experience the brand firsthand and meet our staff and really understand what Jump is all about. I think the best advice I can give is to try to think differently. You know, think laterally. Try to think what you're not doing, or what everybody else isn't doing, and always challenge yourself to challenge yourself.
Okay, cool. Well, I'ma be